This is the Co-Motion Siskiyou. It's one of our touring models. This model features a 650B size wheel. If you're not familiar with 650B, it's very popular now for all kinds of bicycles. In the mountain bike world, it's known as 27.5 or 27.5. Maybe in more what Europeans call trekking bicycles or touring bicycles, it's more commonly known as 650B. It's sort of been revived as a size that was more common, 50 years ago. But now it falls into a really nice intermediate range between the larger 700C size and the smaller 26-inch size. What size do we recommend? It depends on what you want to do. And so for us, we are neutral about it. We simply want to produce what people want. And we can certainly answer your questions about what size wheel makes the most sense for you. A lot of times it comes down to what size bike you need, or the way we think about it here is what range of sizes of bicycle can we make around this wheel format? And how can we take best advantage of this size of wheel and the tires that it supports? So like our other bicycles, you can see we provide quite a lot of tire clearance. This is a moderately sized 44 millimeter tire on this rim. You can see there's quite a bit of clearance there for a fender. Quite a bit of clearance for a larger tire. Same on the back. Quite a lot of room around the yoke there for bigger tire as well. It has mounting points for fenders. You can see there's an eyelet down there in the yoke. Here's a fender mounting point on the brake bridge. Rack mounting points on the seat stays. We have double eyelets at the dropout. This is a through axle model. We'll talk a little more about that. It has the TRP Spire brake set, which is a very nice disc brake. Actuates both sides of the brake shoes, so it squeezes the rotor very evenly. Good, even, reliable braking. This particular one is equipped with the optional Schmidt sewn hub. Let me turn this so you can see the Schmidt logo. Let's see here. The Schmidt sewn hub is a Dyna hub or generator hub. So you can see the wiring going up there, and we have wiring routed along the back of the fork here, and it goes to this beautiful Schmidt Edelux light, which is a focus beam light approved for use on German roads and bike paths. It's a little bit different regulation than what we have in the US. And at the top, this is really cool, is a sine wave USB charging port. So if you are self-contained and you want to be able to do some extended touring off the grid, as it were, you can keep your phone or your GPS device charged with this. Here's where your USB cord goes in. A lot of these devices have handlebar mounting options. Well, they all do, really. And so you just run your cord to here. You can even run a USB cord to an external supplemental USB battery. So that's pretty cool. People have asked, is there a cap for that? No, it's sealed fully with epoxy. So there's no way for moisture to get in past that epoxy barrier into the electronics of the sine wave charging port. That charging port is connected, again, to the Schmidt-Zone Dynahub there. So the Dynahub is charging, providing electrical power to the light, which can be turned off. There's a switch here. You put it on 0, that's the off. And simultaneously to the charging port. Of course, if the light is off, then more power goes to the charging port. This particular model we have equipped with a SRAM 2x11 drivetrain. So this is a derailleur drivetrain, of course. It has a traditional chain as opposed to the belt that we have on some of these models. We'll talk about those in other videos, but this is 2x10. There's 10 cogs in the back. It's double chainring in the front. And if you haven't been paying attention to the bike industry lately, you might not be aware that triple chainring is a thing of the past. Bike component companies began phasing out triple chainring a couple of years ago. And they're not doing it because they don't care about you and me. They are doing it because a couple of things. One is there are more cogs in the back. There's 10 on this one than we used to have in the good old days. We tend to have a larger disparity between the small sprocket and the large sprocket in front. So because we have the more cogs back here and we're able to do wider range in front and operate it with smoothly and effectively with a front derailleur, or in some cases single front chainring, we're able to provide the same range of gears that you could have gotten in the past with a triple system. So what does that mean? Well, the best thing to do is to quantify it. And if you look at the gear charts on our different models, and I'll provide a link to this video, but if you look at the gear charts, you will see that the low gears are just as low as they were in the old days, and the high gears are just as high, and you have a good range of even steps from gear to gear, and you have less redundancy. And what do I mean by redundancy? That is the kind of overlapping of available gears within your drivetrain. So we like the simplicity. One of the things that's nice about the 2x11 drivetrain is, this one's 2x10, but in either case, 2x11 or 10, you don't drop the chain. Classic complaint of touring cyclists is going up a hill, shifting down, You know, you're climbing up a long climb with your touring load, and you shift down from your middle chainring to your small chainring to get into those lowest gears. Nothing more disappointing than having that chain fall off and you have to get off your bike and get your hands greasy and get it going again. That virtually never happens with a 2x10 or 2x11 system. So components have come a long, long way, and we really appreciate the simplicity and the pricing. The price of these 2x10 or 2x11 systems is very reasonable. You get a lot for your money, a lot of features, and it's an excellent choice. So those are some of the features of the Siskiyou, and we'll get into some other features more in depth on a separate video. So thank you. We'll carry on.